Whoa! Doing some sick trick shots over here, setting up the camera while I'm going onto an entrance ramp. You know, I too like to live dangerously. What's going on, guys? So we are heading out to the gym now. It's time for boulder shoulders, baby. Boulder shoulders. Warm the rotator cuff up a little bit while we're there. Get some traps. Gotta grow those little babies, right? And that's it. Besides that, we'd have been slammed the past few days, man. Just slammed with stuff left and right. But what I will say is, that'll never interrupt our meals, and that'll never interrupt our training. Because you need to make sure you always prioritize yourself. You know? I know a lot of people in this world that they never, ever prioritize themselves, you know. They'll prioritize a company and give their life to this, you know, some weird little company, right? Sitting in a cubicle all day long. And let me tell you a secret. It's not a story, but it's a secret that these companies don't want you to know. They'll lead you on your entire life with below inflation rate, you know, raises, try to keep you going, just to keep you alive, where you have to keep going back and you're terrified to go anywhere else to look for employment. You'll do overtime, you'll work double time, you'll work everything you can. If they jump, you'll say how high, right? They'll make you feel like that's a bad looking wheel. They'll make you feel like you mean the world to the company. And they're going to do that for everybody. But then they'll show you respect by when you can't feed your family because everything's too expensive, you're not getting paid well, they'll go, well, here's a pizza party, you guys, right? Just remember this one thing. The company that you're killing yourself for, you get one shot on this planet, man, and you're spending every waking hour of it for this business that doesn't care about you as much as they say they care about you. If you work at somewhere for 50 years, the day you die, they're going to have a LinkedIn post up ready to replace your job, right? And I can guarantee they're not even going to send flowers to your funeral. They're not even going to know where it is. Doesn't matter how big the company is, right? I saw actually a perfect example of this. I saw a post of this guy who never missed a day of work at Burger King. And he was a regular dude. He wasn't, you know, he had never missed one day of work at Burger King for, I believe, 20, 25 years. It was one of those numbers. They rewarded this man with, I believe it was 2 movie tickets and like a Starbucks gift card. Like $20 gift card. Here's a man that sacrificed over 2 decades of his life for your job. And you reward that with quite possibly the biggest slap in the face in the world. You know? Where's the loyalty? Where's anything? It's a sad thing to see, man. It's a really sad thing to see. So if this is you, and you believe you're getting caught up in the rat race, ask yourself one thing. Were you happy when you woke up in the morning? Right? That's what I do every day. I don't ask myself every day because I know I am. But in general, were you happy to wake up in the morning to do what you had planned that day? The second that answer is no, unless it's some weird thing that day. If it's no for, let's say, a week straight, right? You need to take a hard look at your life and ask yourself, you know, what path am I going down? Because when that goes down, it doesn't just go back up doing the exact same thing. It might have started out fine. You know, you might have had this job that you liked, whatever, and you genuinely enjoyed it. And then maybe management changed and, you know, all of a sudden it's not the same place anymore, right? Things are a little shifty. Nobody's getting raises. Customers are worse. Higher-ups are worse. and you're living on the high of the good old days, saying to yourself, just because I went through it, I should stick it through now. But one thing we forget about all the time is you need to know when to cut your losses. That's like the stock market too, right? You could have a bad call on there, or a bad put, whatever you want, like a bad option trade. And if you let the runners run, you make $1 million, no problem. But if you let the losers lose, it's not pretty, and it goes fast. It goes very fast. So that's a lesson you have to take with every single aspect of your life, is cutting your losses, man. I know people who were married for over 10 years, and they only got married because they had a kid, and they felt forced into it, and they hated each other, or at least the woman hated the man, whatever. So eventually they get divorced, and you come to realize, if you ask either one of them even, what's the happiest memory you have of being married with your partner? Not talking about the kids, just with your partner in general. Nothing. It's nothing, man. But if you cut your losses, you say, you know what, this isn't me, this isn't right. Not over small things, but where you clearly see everything is wrong about everything you're doing in that situation, and you don't step away, then it's on you. Then you can't be upset about the life that you're not happy with, because you actively cultivated that, There's a difference between lost time and active sabotage, let's say, right? Because for a long part of my bodybuilding career, I was, let's just say, not doing things totally correct, right? Not talking about optimizing lifts. I'm talking about things that I thought were correct that were not, or weren't where they're supposed to be. Then you make the change one day, and everything's perfect. Oh my God, you're responding like this, like everything's going great. And you got to ask yourself, can I be mad at the past? Can I be mad at myself? You'd like to be, but you had no idea until this new knowledge came about. You can't be mad at the person who treated your illness the wrong way, like let's say a doctor in the Wild West, right? Where if you were sick, they'd be like, oh, you have ghosts in your blood. You need a nail in your ear to drain the ghosts out, because the ghosts like to go in your brain, so they're all up here. And back then, everybody's like, yep, that makes sense to me. Thanks, doc. Nowadays, if a doctor told you that, he'd lose his license, right? And rightfully so. That's ludicrous. Fucking ludicrous. But, you can't be mad at the things you didn't know back then off the decisions you made. You try to make the best decision you can, of course, because why would you make a bad one for yourself? But if it turned out to be bad, you need to cut those losses. Don't just follow through because you made the decision. You're going to stick to it. If you voted for somebody you don't like, be like, you know what? Yeah, I messed up. I didn't. But in general, be like, yep, might have messed up. Don't be like, well, this guy's good because of this and this and this. And it's like, dude, everything's on fire. What are you talking about? Accept you were tricked. Accept you were scammed. And move forward from that. Like this, not to talk about politics or anything, but we all know what's going on. It's a wild world out there, man. It's a wild, wild world. Speaking of wild worlds, you know what's going to be wild? Pop. This shoulder day. Just give me 1 second. Cheers. Ooh. If that's not good enough to get the ghost out of your blood, I don't know what will. Ugh. So we're hopping off the exit now, next to big old yellow over there. And You know what, guys? I'll see you inside for a badass shoulder workout. We are going to have shoulder caps so wide. How wide? How wide are they going to be today? Let's just say the average person's shoulder caps are the cap on a Poland Spring bottle. Yeah, those are tiny. The cap on a Poland Spring bottle. And the new caps, the ones that are like this tall, right? We are going to have the caps of old school Gatorade, where they were this fucking big, they were this thick, and you had to twist and twist and twist to get the thing off. So while your competition's out there walking around with half-cocked Poland Spring caps, baby, we're old school Gatorade, all right? I'll see you inside. Let's get after it, baby. Whew. So, the staple of the shoulder day, first big compound movement, we had the upright rows. Last week, 135s for 8. Today we're going to shoot for 9. See what happens. Usually basing on how these go, it'll give me a good identifier of how the rest of the lift's happening. Because if I don't have my energy here, those laterals don't go so well. But we're feeling good today, baby. Motherfucker. Whew. All right, baby. Yeah, it's a good day. Hey, what's going on, guys? So, like 236 and a half today, according to the scale. It's, the body's weird putting the weight back on, but I'll tell you what, we were as strong as a freaking ox today. Those upright rows, man, the 135 real heavy ones. I mean, you saw it previously to this clip, but whew, we demolished those things. Demolished them. We did 8 last week, hit 12 today. Oh my God, out of nowhere. Body looks good. I chit-chat with my buddy Sadiq a lot today, and it's always good to hang out with good people and have good people in your freaking circle, man. And it is a sauna in here right now. You know, ironically, he was in here before, so I told him it's probably his fault that it's so hot in here because, I mean, look at the guy, right? Let's see what we look like, get some food, and get out. Alrighty. Whew. It's nice to see the body, even though the weight's not where I want it to be yet. Yeah, nice and filled out again, man. Ooh. Feel like I'm getting ready for a Super Saiyan Spirit Bomb. Ooh, how about the back? I swear most of the sweating I got going on right now is from this room right now, because I'm not really a crazy sweating guy when I'm training, no matter how hard I lift. Leggies, don't fail me now. Let's check them out. Yeah, they're good. But like I said, just feathery, man. nice pop. Adductors there back. Lift my sides. Oh, yeah, we got the hammies there. It's okay. Everything's. Good thing I have balance. Everything's all right. Okay. Man, on that note, guys, we have a lot to do today. A million other places to run around. But no matter what, we'll be here for you. My Adonis belt, I don't think is going anywhere. That's kind of there to stay. I don't think it matters how heavy I get. Ooh. Whew. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. What are we training tomorrow? Legs. Big leg day, baby. Let's go.